welcome back. Been a minute, another minute, twice in a month that I just skipped a Friday stream and went over. But we have a Monday stream this time, so it was just one stream miss, not two. I didn't miss out on like basically a whole week this time. Hang on, and take a sip of water real quick. As I was talking, I suddenly got a wave of heartburn. I was like, oh, how'd that happen? And I remembered I haven't eaten any vegetables today. What have I eaten today? I had a bagel. I think I had a bagel for breakfast and then like a muffin. No, wait, I remember. I probably know what it is. I ate, I just had a soda. Not a soda. A seltzer, a LaCroix. Not a LaCroix. It was a store brand LaCroix knockoff. I'm sorry, I'm lying. I can't afford LaCroix. What am I saying? I can't afford LaCroix. I'm a hack. Oh god. Anyway, hi. Welcome back to Zett stream. Today, we do a little chatting today. Wow, it's been months. I know it's been. How long has it been? Man, speaking of months without streams, we'll save that for later. Don't worry, foreshadowing is not a literary device. People who say foreshadowing is a literary device are hacks and have never read a book. They don't know why the curtains are green. What's that fucking joke? Why are the curtains blue? And it's like, I don't know. I don't remember. Anyway, hi. Today we're gonna talk about my con trip and how it was fucking terrible. It wasn't terrible. Terrible is an exaggeration. It was just not the big boost of energy I was sort of hoping it would be, you know? It wasn't bad. I had fun, you know? I got to see some cool stuff, which I will talk about in a moment, but also, oh man. Anyway, hi Aqua. Hi. Yeah, I don't have anything to drink either, mainly because I haven't done dishes. I have not cooked a meal at home like all weekend because on Thursday I don't know why the fuck I did this. This was such a stupid thing to do right before I went to con. On Thursday I went to Costco, right? I went to Costco on Thursday to buy, what did I get? I think I bought a rotisserie chicken, I bought muffins, I think that was it. I think I just bought a rotisserie chicken and muffins. No, I also bought garlic. Bought rotisserie chicken, garlic. I ended up getting a couple other things too. It totaled up to like 30 bucks I spent there. But basically, I wanted the rotisserie chicken to make meals for myself. And I got home, you know, I did the thing you do with a Costco rotisserie. I peeled all the meat off it, threw it in a bag, was left with the carcass. And I do that, you know, when I go to Costco, I get the rotisserie chicken, I save the carcass, because I'm like, oh, well, I'll make stock with this after I have a couple. And after this one, I had, I think, 3 collected that were in my freezer. So I was like, hey, perfect timing. I'm gonna take a sip of water again. Sorry, this heartburn's killing me. What's my model doing? I literally just I didn't even lean back. I'm literally just raising my arm and my model's like freaking out, probably because I'm blocking it, whatever. Anyway, point is, I got my Costco chicken. I got it torn up, and then I had an extra carcass. And it wouldn't fit in the bag I had in my freezer. And what I should have done is just put it in a new bag. Or like put it in a bowl and covered it and threw it in my fridge or something. I should have done anything but what I did, which was take all the fucking carcasses out of my freezer, put them in my Instant Pot, and make a stock with them. So that was really stupid, because then at the end of the day, right before I had to go to work, I had a big thing of stock I had to strain and pack up. And you know, that's not too bad, except for the fact that then, after I got back, I did not have time to clean my dishes for the entire weekend. So my sink is just full to the brim. It was stressful. There was a lot of stressful things happening on Thursday that meant I did not get very much sleep, which meant when I went to my con, I was operating. What had happened? I'd gotten about an hour of sleep on Thursday. Thursday I woke up, I think, at like 1 a.m.-ish. Yeah, I think I woke up on Thursday around 1 a.m. And then, you know, went about my night, I guess. I didn't have much to do. But I went about you know, my night. Then it was daytime, and I was like, I'll go to Costco, then I'll come home and I'll go to bed. But then I was like, well, I have to strip the chicken. So I was up, and then I had the carcass, and it was like, well, I'll make stock with it. Terrible fucking thing to do. Just created a whole lot of stress. I've got a whole sink full of dishes. I've been eating takeout all weekend, which has been burning through my wallet even more than the con did. And I think that's also been probably contributing to my bad mood. But yeah, anyway, point is, I need to get some fucking Tums. This heartburn. I don't know why this heartburn. What did I eat? Let me, you know what? I think I might know what it is. I woke up today at like 1 p.m., got out of bed, ate a slice of key lime pie, and went back to bed. Like the most scumbag thing I've ever done in my life. That sounds so weird to say, saying that's a scumbag thing to do. It was just like me being a lazy piece of shit. Like, I want to eat a slice of key lime pie. I got out of bed, ate a slice of key lime pie, went back to bed. Like, what a fucking asshole. Anyway, I'm just gonna grab some Tums. Hang on. Chat, I leave you with, I can't leave you. I'll wait. I can give you my BRB screen. Here you go. Quick BRB. Quick. I was quick. You know what I'm saying? Some scumbag. No, I was a scumbag I wasn't a scumbag for not doing dishes. I was a scumbag for eating a slice of pie and then going right back to bed. You know? I figure if I'm gonna get out of bed, I should stay out of bed, but no. I do that a lot sometimes. Anyway, point is, scumbag thing, regular or chewy? These are Costco brand Tums that are just like regular ones. I do not get the chewy ones. They are too expensive. They are too rich for my blood, I'm afraid. Also, I don't like enjoying eating medicine. I like eating medicine to be a thing that is like not pleasurable, you know? Because then it's like, I'm like convincing myself like, yeah, this is a last resort. I don't like to take medicine because it's expensive. I was like, hi, Cordelia. But yeah, anyway, so. Should I do the announcement at the start of stream or the end of stream? Or should I do it at both? When should I do the announcement? Should I do the announcement now? I have it written down. I can do it, maybe I can do it now and at the end of stream. Or should I don't know. Is that like ruining the suspense of it? Show it to me. Okay. The announcement. We'll give the announcement real quick. Real quickie. Quickie, biggie. No, don't say that again. Why'd you say that? What the fuck? Don't say that. Don't fucking say that. That's terrible. The announcement. I'm trying to find the thing I wrote down for it. Sorry, I'm okay, whatever. We don't need it. We don't need it written down. The announcement is I'm going on hiatus for an undeterminate amount of time. The announcement, I wrote it down. I don't think I'm gonna read this though. I don't think I'm gonna read this all out. I'll post the image at the end of after I'm done with stream. I'll post it on Twitter. But yeah, I've been teasing this for like weeks, potentially months. I've been teasing this. Teasing like it's a good thing. But I've been like mentioning offhand, like, I'm thinking, little break sometime. Ooh, 1 week break this month, Queen. 1 week, 2 week break, perhaps, Queen. 2 week break, maybe. I've been teasing it, and I teased it for so long that the burnout got significantly worse than it would have been if I just took a break like mid-February. And so now it's gone from a 2 week break to an indefinite hiatus. They're putting me down, that's right. They're taking me out to the kennel. Oh, they're taking me out. Oh, they can't afford to keep me anymore. The shelter funding's gotten too thin. They gotta put this old dog down. Taking me out back. They're giving me one little steak. Hi, Skylar. Welcome in. You're just in time for me to talk about how I'm going on hiatus. But yeah. I'm trying to keep it light. I'm trying to keep the mood light. Basically, I've got so much stuff that I've put off for so long. So much, like, you know, personal stuff, work stuff, personal work stuff, you know, commission stuff that I'm just not keeping up with. And the fact that I've got that on top of, like, my own general burnout, and no, I'm not going on vacation. This is a hiatus because I'm gonna crash out if I don't have a hiatus. But yeah, it's burnout, among other things. It's just like I need to go outside. I need to go outside. I need to be like off Twitter, off Discord for a longer time than I have been in the past. That is to say, I probably won't actually. I'll probably be off Twitter for a while. I won't be off Discord, I don't think, though. I think I'll be not posting as much. I won't be on as much on either platform. I think I'll be basically, yeah, I'll be gone on both. Not gone. I'll just be posting less. I'll be more active on Discord, but not really, I don't think. I think, you know what, now that I think about it, I think I'm going to be about as active in both as I am regardless. Cleaning task of touching, yeah. Touching grass, going to, there's like a book club I really want to go to. There's a book club I've really wanted to go to for a while, but it takes place at the same time as the Wednesday streams. So I haven't been able to. And so I'm like, you know what? I want to go to that book club. I want to go to that book club. And so that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, among other things. There's just a bunch of stuff like that. My eyes keep closed. My eyes are closing because I'm like looking. I think it's because of these fucking glasses and the fact that I'm like, there's like a certain, no, it's not. There's like a certain angle where when I'm looking at OBS and my eyes close like this, that's weird. Wow. Wow. That's crazy. Anyway, yeah, the hiatus, I say indefinite, and that's a very heavy thing to say. Indefinite hiatus. But there's not really a better way to put it because I don't know how long I'll be gone for. I'll be gone potentially, I want to say it won't be more than a month, but I don't know if that's going to be true. I don't know if it is going to be like just a month away or if it's going to be like multiple months. What does that even mean? What are you even talking about? I don't know what that's a reference to. Point is, I'll be gone. I will be back. Definitely. I will be back. Largely because I've recently invested a large amount of money into something that I can't talk about yet. But that is, you know, impetus? What's the, not inspiration. It is a driving factor for me to come back as to make a return on my investment. Incentive, yes, it is. And thank you, Cordelia. Yes, thank you. I write for a living. I do writing. But yeah, it'll be. I keep saying, but yeah, that's like a vocal tick, vocal stim for me. Like, oh, but yeah. Point is, I will be gone. I've said that for a lot too. Point is, and but yeah. Oh God, I say those a lot, don't I? Anyway, I'll be gone. Probably at least a month, maybe more. I don't know. I'm not going to be 100%. Oh, I should also say this hiatus is starting after next Monday. Next Monday, I will have one last stream, and then I am away to touch grass for at least a month. That said, potentially 2 years. No, I will. I want to be back by May, right? That's the hope. I might not be, but it would be nice if I could be back by May. Or like, it'd be nice if I could be back in time to play Elden Ring, is my point. I really want to play Night Rain with people. But yeah, I said it again, oh my gosh. That's actually like a vocal tick. That's actually like ingrained in me. That's crazy. Yeah, I will not, that said, I'm not going to not stream at all. Like, I have my affiliate versary coming up. I think I'll probably do I don't know when that is actually. Twitch hasn't told me. I think that might be like in a couple weeks. I'll do a little stream for that. I'll probably, I don't know what I'm gonna do for that. It's gonna be something fucking stupid though. Don't expect something good. Don't expect something particularly good. It'd be nice if Twitch let me put that off, but I know they won't. So, yeah. Anyway, maybe I won't actually. Maybe I won't do anything for it. Maybe I'll force myself to not. I don't know. I almost said, but yeah, again, but I stopped myself. I'm like catching myself now. So anyway, I will stream if I want to. Shut up, Buggy. Shut up. I'm trying to be serious and you're making jokes about me being a terrorist. I will stream if I want to, right? Because sometimes when I'm away from streaming for a long time, I do just get the urge to like, I want to stream. So if I really get the urge to stream, I'll do like a one-off stream here or there. But other than that, I will be MIA for a while. I'm going to enjoy touching my grass. I'm going to enjoy getting work done and not having to owe work to people anymore. And I'm going to enjoy hopefully meeting new people. You know, that would be nice. That'd be really nice. Yeah. Yeah. That's the announcement. The announcement is goodbye for a little bit. And yeah, that's it. That's all I had to. Why do my eyes keep closing? Is it my glasses? No, it's not even my glasses. It's actually just... Is fucking VC Face racist? Is VC Face making my eyes closed because I'm Chinese? Is VC Face being racist right now, making my eyes always like slightly squinted? What the heck? I also can't see shit without these glasses on. Wow, that's crazy. I really can't see. Oh jeez. Put those back on. I'm banning you, Bucky. I'm banning you from the chat. I'm banning you. I'm taking you with me. I'm taking you with me for the next month. We're going to the void together. Stop. Oh. Anyway. That was the announcement, though. I'll repeat the announcement at end of stream if there's, like, more people showing up, but what the fuck? I really hate Restream. I think after I come back, we're going to make a change, and the change is going to be that I'm going to fucking get rid of Restream because I'm so sick of it. Restream fucking disconnected today right before stream, and it took so much effort to get it reconnected. And it was just like, I have so many things I need to do that aren't deal with this. And it's like, Restream's just been a pain in my ass for so long. I'm just going to... I know there's just a plugin I can use instead. I'm just going to switch to that, I think. But anyway. Oh. Well, that wasn't a but yeah. It was a but anyway. But anyway. That's the announcement. We're going to move on to the rest of the stream now. We're going to move on. We have a week of streams left, you know, and the last stream I'm going to do is going to be a collab. That's why it's a weird day. That's why it's like Monday. Why is Monday when the stream's happening? Because it's collab. I agreed to, like, a while ago. And it's kind of hard to back out, but I stopped myself. I said half of it. But I didn't say all of it. Let's talk about my con trip. Oh, by the way, I don't know what the streams are going to be for the rest of this week. I don't know. That's not the schedule. I don't have a schedule this week. We're going to stream at 6 p.m. On Wednesday and Friday. Don't know what it'll be. I'd like to do a karaoke on Sunday, maybe. That might be cool. But I don't know. Excuse me. Oh, I don't know if that'll happen. We'll see. We will see. I'm going to play everything by ear, sort of. And just see where things go. I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna do Doom Mod Wednesday, this Wednesday, just because I don't know. I feel like I'll want to play other things. This week is just gonna be me playing whatever I am in the mood for. We are abandoning the pretense of having multiple series here. Okay, we're abandoning that pretense. Since I'm just sleepy and not making. That can't be. My eyes are wide open. I can see everything. Surely. Oh, you know what it is? When I smile, maybe my cheeks go up. If I smile, my cheeks go up too much and the camera thinks I'm squinting. That would be stupid. Anyway, let's move on from serious heavy talk and talk about my con trip. Wow! The con trip that I mentioned offhand kind of sucked. And I mean, it could have been better. Certainly. It certainly could have been a better trip. I know I kind of mentioned briefly that I think it was very fun initially, but just then wasn't as fun. It was fun for a bit, but like, I don't know. I think I'm overdoing it. I'm like, what's the word? I think I was like trying to use cons too much as like a get out of jail free card sort of thing. And obviously the last month has basically just been me trying various ways to avoid having to admit that I am burnt out and need a break. Because I really thought I could go like, oh yeah, you know, I can go. I already took a break in like what, fucking November. You know, like I can keep going. It's like, no, I can't. I can't keep doing this stuff. I need a break every now and then. But anyway, moving on. Let's talk about my con, shall we? Let's talk about the con. Con I was at last weekend was a local con called Anime Detour. It was a smaller con than the one I went to at the start of the month, Anime Milwaukee. Detour was much smaller, but there were actually more panels. My model looks like it took a fat bong. Shut the fuck up. Why are you being rude right now? I'm trying to talk. Yeah, it was a smaller con, much smaller actually. I'm trying to do is somehow get my Discord to, here we go. Oh yeah, that's good. Oh, that's nice. Not like that. I'm trying to get my Discord in a position where I can screenshot everything I had, except for the fact that it's pissing me the fuck. CSP is pissing me the fuck off. I don't know what CSP's deal is. It's been pissing me off for so long trying to use. I also realize I should have just done all this beforehand. I apologize for not doing that. Yeah, I should have done this beforehand. Sorry. sorry. Okay, here we go. I actually didn't go to that many fucking Discord. I actually didn't. Can you even hear? Can you hear this in the background? The constant like blinging and beeping that Windows is making. It's pretty annoying, actually. I actually hate Windows, like a lot. I'm actually kind of sick to death of Windows and everything it stands for. I'd kind of like to be free from it, you know. But anyway, I said it again. When I'm back, we will have the swear jar, and we will have a jar for my but anyways, and but yeahs, both of which need to be cold. More of it. Where am I gonna get my dad jokes for the next month if not on stream? Oh god. Oh no. Okay, let's go over here. Hey, look, it's CSP. Where's some fucking music? Where's some goddamn background noise? Hang on. Where's my room? Where's my room music? Where is my music? What the heck? There it is. Let's borrow this just so we have some BGM, shall we? Light background BGM. Yeah, so this was I have this pulled up as the very first thing. This was most of my merch haul. This was my merch haul from Friday that I went to the con. I bought most of my merch on Friday, but then on Sunday, I found a booth that had like a big discount. They were doing $10 off their big posters, and also they went from doing buy two get one free to buy two get two free. So I kind of splurged a tiny bit. You know, I didn't need to splurge, but I did. Anyway, this was the merch I got. This was actually one of the reasons I went to this con specifically was because I knew this artist who did, can you even see my fucking mouse? Yeah, you can. This artist who did these two portraits and then all these stickers, and also this button and this keychain, which you can't see because it's reflected badly. But the artist who did those, I knew would be at this con, Spahan. And she has, I knew she had stickers that I really wanted, and that's like 90% of why I went, because I really wanted these stickers. As you can see, I bought many of them, and then I bought some assorted portraits. This was a buy two get one free deal, so I nabbed an extra. I got a little keychain out of a bargain bin. I got some washi tape also out of a bargain bin. And I got this, which is like a really cool thing. Yes, that is Stone Ocean Boba. I actually got to see, we're gonna come to this point, but I actually got to see a panel with Kira Buckland on it, which was really cool. She was at this con and I didn't know she was going to be. That's a really funny story, actually, I think. So we'll come back to that. But yeah, and then I think the most interesting thing I got is this, which is a stamp that just stamps an image of Takanashi Kiara onto anything, which is very fun. And you can see all my library books next to it. Just piled up there. But yeah, that's all my con merch. And then this was the poster I got. This is like my little merch wall. You can see, I'll give a close-up of that later. But this was the poster I got. That was like, this was originally $40, but it was originally $50, but I paid $40 for it. So I'm really happy about that. This is like the biggest poster I own right now, other than my giant tapestry. I think I should have put it on my other wall though. It's like, I have a wall where I don't know, my posters are all over the place. Nothing's in a good spot. But then I hung up, ooh, you're all in the way. And this is what my merch wall looks like currently. I think I'm actually gonna move some stuff. I think I'm gonna take these two down to make room for an extra corkboard, because I recently put, haggling makes you proud. I didn't really haggle, it was just discounted because it was Sunday. But I have so many keychains on my corkboard right now that I think I need to get another corkboard. I need to, you know, get a second one. So I think I'm gonna take, like I said, these two down and put a corkboard up and then move them. Haggle more. I sometimes consider it. I always hear people say like, oh yeah, you can go to the vendor hall and haggle, but it's like, I don't want to give those fucking people money. I don't even want to be in the vendor hall. I keep talking about how fucking awful the vendor hall is, and it's like, I especially don't want to give. This vendor hall was like the worst I've ever been to, actually. Like, there was usually there's like one or two booths with like a Miku figure that like are tempting me. It's like, ooh, I hear the devil in my ear telling me to buy the $35 Miku figure I can get for 20 bucks on eBay. And I never do. I never fall for it, but I get close, right? But this vendor hall fucking sucked. There was nothing good at this fucking vendor hall. It was all like dog shit. It was all like, you know, overpriced. There was one booth that was selling fucking V-Shoujo merch, which was insane to me. Like, you can just buy that from their website. You're selling this for scalper prices? Are you stupid? Like, what's going on? And then the single most egregious thing I saw, which was not even at one of the anime booths, it was at a gaming booth, was somebody selling a copy of Starfield on Xbox for $55. For $5 less than full price, you could get Starfield, which is crazy. Like, I don't even think it was a new copy of Starfield. I think it was a used Starfield copy they were selling for $55 fucking dollars. You are, like, of all the egregious bullshit I've seen in a vendor alley, like, of all the insane overcharging for pop-up parade figures, for fucking keychain, for charging $15 for a keychain, charging $30 for a plushie, all that, of all the egregious bullshit I've seen, $55 for Starfield used is the single most insane thing I've ever seen in a vendor hall. Those people are on crack. They are out of their fucking minds. Just absolutely insane. Absurd. Disgusting behavior. A cylindrical thick forum. I don't even remember what they were called. I couldn't if I wanted to, which I kind of do. But yeah, this vendor hall sucked. There was literally nothing even remotely. There were like a couple cool clothing brands that I was sort of tempted by, but I think the best part of this con was the fact that the vendor hall was completely separate from Artist Alley. Like, every con I've been to up till now, except for like one, which only did it halfway, had vendor alley or vendor hall and Artist Alley in the same room, in the same space, right? Which made it really hard to tell where you were shopping. This con not only had them in different rooms, they had them on different floors. Vendor hall was on floor 1, Artist Alley was on floor 4, so there was literally no possible way you could get them mixed up, which I did, actually. I mixed them up. I went to the vendor hall by accident instead of going to Artist Alley the first time, because I didn't know where it was. But, yeah. Very cool of them to do that. But yeah, this vendor hall sucked. For whatever reason, the thing that was sold most was just like snack food, which is really weird, because like they were selling like Japanese snacks, which was so strange to me, because it's like, I do not live in an area where there is a shortage of Asian grocery stores, of Asian supermarkets. Like, you can buy those snacks really easily. There's literally a place, I want to say 10 minutes from the fucking, like, convention site that sells those snacks for a much more reasonable price than is being charged here. What is happening? What? Like, the vendor hall is just terrible place. Terrible, terrible place. I'll always talk about how much I hate it. But I love the Artist Alley. Look at all this pretty art I got. I think, like, everything, like, all of this is brand new. And then there's no new keychains you can see, but didn't even get the $19 Fortnite card. No, I didn't. I'll regret it. I'll spend a long time regretting it. But yeah, let's talk now. Let's hide this. Let's pull up. This is, what is this? This was Saturday. Where's Friday? That was Sunday. This was Friday. Okay, starting with so this is like my con schedule. I basically, this con didn't have like an app to use to make your schedule, so I just screenshotted all the panels I wanted to go to. And here's the JoJo panel with Kira Buckland I mentioned. I'm actually going to talk about this first, just because I think it's so funny. So Kira Buckland, it says on this, like, oh, voice actor Kira Buckland, right? A really fun, and like when I got to so for context, if you've not watched English dubbed, or you're not into English dubbed anime, Kira Buckland voiced Jolene in the part 6 JoJo anime, right? She's the English dub actor for Jolene. She showed up to the panel in Jolene cosplay. And the thing is, if you didn't watch the English dub, you wouldn't know who she was, right? That would just be like, you know, that's a person hosting it. And if you didn't look at this specific like guidebook, if you were just looking, like they had these big calendars of like what panels are happening when, if you just found this panel through that, you would not know that she was a voice actor or that she was involved with JoJo in any way. And I remember getting to the panel, and there were people in the crowd around me being like, "Oh yeah, when do you think she's gonna do Q&A? What kind of questions are you gonna ask her?" And I was like, "Oh, I didn't know this was Q&A panel." Stubs like Spanish stubs, they're awesome. Yeah. No, but also another thing, usually when there's like guest of honors at cons, the ones I've been to at least, they always show up like right as the panel's starting, or they're late, because it's like they don't want to be stopped by people on their way in trying to talk to them. And so I was expecting to see like a mini entourage arrive with her to like get her set up. No, she arrived so like subtly that like I didn't even realize she was already in the room for like 10 minutes when the panel hadn't started yet. It was just like, also, funniest fucking thing about this was straight up, there was no Q&A, there was no talk of dubbing, this was straight up just a panel talking about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. It was talking about the games, it was talking about the spin-off media, it was talking about the anime, it was talking about like random trivia about it. And the funniest fucking thing is that she did not mention once that she was involved officially with JoJo. She did not mention once that she was an official voice actress on the anime. She did not mention, I don't even think she said her name. I think she was just like, hey, welcome to my panel about, this was not a guest of honor Q&A panel. This was like a panel anyone would submit to host where they just talk about JoJo. It was just like a very well produced version of that. She got too into the joy of talking about JoJo to remember to mention, which was, like I said, really fun. It was great, honestly. It was a really fun panel, I will say. It was a fun panel. This is like I said, this was like a totally normal con panel, right? Just like any panel you would go to, but it was like the best possible version of it, right? This was a panel that was just really, really good, but it wasn't like, a guest of honor, and the room was packed too. So like obviously people were expecting this to be sort of like a guest of honor panel, but no, she like fucking tricked all these people into showing up for this panel just so she could yap about JoJo, which was incredible, fantastic, loved it. Anyway, let's cycle back now to day one of the panel. The very first thing I showed up for, so like I mentioned, on Thursday, this is the schedule for Friday, by the way. This whole schedule here is for Friday. And like I mentioned, on Thursday, I didn't get a lot of sleep. I got like an hour of sleep before work. So I was really tired going into work. And then I get home from work at 7 a.m. And I needed to wake up at like 11 to be able to like shower, get dressed, and go to the con to pick up my badge. And also they didn't let me pre-order my badge, which was really fucking baffling. It's like, you guys, like they were doing, and I saw when I got there, they were doing everything by hand. Like the way they did their badge pre-orders was that they got the badges and wrote the names on them individually. And like had a physical sheet. Like they didn't have a computer they could auto update when people registered. It was just like all physical. And it's like, is that why I couldn't pre-register for this? Is that why I had to come in an hour early and wait online for this fucking thing? Because you were deciding to do everything with pen and paper? Are you and the craziest part is they had a QR code in the line. By the way, I stood online for like 45 minutes just to buy my badge. That they had a line, they had a QR code just so you could buy your badge in line. It's like, if you had that still, why could I not just buy my badge ahead of time and pick it up on Thursday? When I was already going to be in the area, mind you. I was literally going to be in the area. This place, I shouldn't continue that line of thought actually. But point is, I was really upset. I almost missed this first event, but I it was literally like just barely at 1 p.m. I got my badge and sprinted down to it. But yeah, these were the big things I wanted to come to the panel for, which was Idol Fest. I saw this place was gonna have Idol Fest. It actually had 3 idol shows. The Idol Fest, which was like a bunch of different a bunch of different idols. Sprinkle Idol, which was one single idol doing her show. And then this one, which was like little idol, I don't think it was an idol group, but it was like a bunch of different idols doing their show. But yeah, first one was this one, which, you know, as it says, Florida Kai Guy Idol, which this was actually, as far as I can tell, the only idol who performed who had like their own original music. Also the only one who sang, I think. No, I think one at Idol Fest sang actually. But this is the only one who had original music, I think, which was really cool. This was like an hour-long show just for the one person, which was crazy considering the show for like a dozen acts was also only an hour. No, they were all really talented. They were all doing a lot of the thing is, dancing and singing is like crazy, you know? Also, most of it's hobby. You know, like obviously the idol who came from fucking Florida to Minnesota was going to have quite an act to put on, especially getting an entire 1 hour set on the main stage, mind you, to herself. Be a little nicer, Baki. Be a little nicer to people. But yeah, this was really cool. This was a really fun show. And you know what I did when I left my apartment? Is I forgot my fucking pen lights. And I took the bus, so it wasn't like I could turn around. I was stuck. I forgot my pen lights. I did not have any pen lights for either of these shows. So I was sitting there in the audience, like, you know, my little sad self, like, oh no. Why am I imagine this is me in the audience. I don't know why I'm like that. But I was just like pumping my fists in the air like crazy, like just punching the fucking air like mad. And it's just like, that's all I could do. I managed to get into a rhythm with it though, which was pretty nice. It was just like, oh God, spiders, shut up. Just like punching the shit out of the air to the point, having these two back to back, especially, like there was an hour in between them. I used to go visit the artist alley and buy all my stuff, but having these back to back meant my arms were so tired, like so sore by the end of it. My arms were still sore on Sunday when the next Idol concert happened. So it was like, I was dying. I was dying for this. I suffered. I suffered physically for the sake of cheering for idols. And I will say it was worth it. You know, but yeah, that was the opening act. I not bench pressing, because it was like all in my wrist and arms, like wrist and bicep. I need to just start doing like curls, I think. I need to like buy some lightweight dumbbells that I can like bring to work. And I just need to do curls with those while I'm at work. You know, I need to do that. I used to have a friend who'd do that, who'd like, when I was in high school, he'd just always have some lightweight dumbbells that he'd be curling literally all the time. Go on steroids so I can cheer hard. Go on steroids so I can do fucking Otage shit harder. Yeah, you're right. I do need to do that. But yeah. Then, I didn't go to this because I think it overlapped. No, it didn't overlap with anything. But I think, you know what? I think this panel got canceled, actually. Yeah, this panel got canceled. Well, I wasn't able to make it to this, unfortunately. But, yeah, then there was this, which was the next thing. What did I do from 3 to 5? Wait, what did I do from 3 to 5? I must have been doing something. Oh, you know what? I think from 3 to 5... No, what am I saying? 3 to 4, I was at the concert. So then there was an hour. I think between the Idol Fest and this, I was doing... I was basically just hanging out in the arcade, actually. I was playing a lot of rhythm games. That's also like half the reason I go to cons, is because there's no round ones near me. So I go to cons so I can play rhythm games in the arcade. Which is always very fun, mind you. I can feel myself slowly getting better at them. With like, I have like multiple full months in between each time I can play a rhythm game. And it's like, I'm slowly building up skill. But yeah, after that I went to this, which is like a sort of local cover band covering Japanese songs. These guys were pretty cool. These guys were like crazy to look at though. It was like the most crazy rap. One of the guys, hang on, let me try to display this. Let me try to like illustrate what these guys looked like. Let me try to like, it was like lankier, and wide, right? These are the three members of the band. One of them had like long hair that was tied up in a ponytail and like was really gaunt looking with like, you know, sort of, you know, very, very skinny guy. Very skinny guy. On, this was the lead singer. Man bun, yeah. He had a man bun. Very lead singer. And then one of the guitarists had like super long flowing hair. Also, this guy was visibly like mid-30s to 40s. And then there was just like, you know, guitarist. Just very like, very gender looking. I feel like that's rude to say. But like, this was some guy who was like a second year in college, I think. Like the youngest out of the group, obviously. And then my favorite guy in the group was this guy who was just like this fucking old dude. Just this cool fucking old dude who had like mutton chops down to here. Like he had these crazy long mutton chops and a soul patch, and he was the coolest looking guy in the band. He was also obviously the most experienced, because every chance he got, he did a guitar solo where he just shredded on that shit. Just extremely fun. Oh, it was really good. It was really, really good. I mean, the music was good. Yeah, the music was really good. It was really, I love seeing bands in person. I love just getting to see, I love seeing live shows is the thing. That's my big love of anything. Like if I go to a con and there is a live show for basically anything, I will go, I will see it. I don't care if I've never heard of them. I don't care if it's not something I'm into. I will go see the live show because just how can I resist? And then there was this was a Jose panel. I don't actually remember much about this. I'm gonna be perfectly honest. Know what? I kinda remember this actually. This was like, this panel was okay. This panel was kind of odd, I'll say. It was, this was a podcast this was a panel hosted by a podcast. And it was very like, I don't know, it felt like I was watching a podcast that was being kept on the rails very hard. It was basically just like a round table talk. Like they'd present something and then ask the audience what they thought of it. You know, it was interesting enough. I love going to see Jose and Shoujo panels at cons. This was one of the ones that was less, you know, I think the last con I went to just had like the best like panel examining this that I've ever seen, so I'm just holding it to that standard and I'm just bad at it. But then I went home. I did not end up going to this panel, which was a Like a Dragon or Yakuza panel. I did not end up going to this because remember what I said, I had maybe 5 hours of sleep across 48 hours going into this con. I was dead tired. I went home after this and I basically passed out immediately. I was dying. But yeah, that was my Friday. Then I missed this. I missed like 90% of this, which I was kind of upset about, but you know, like I said, I love a book club. So I missed a lot of this. Then there was the JoJo panel I talked about. I missed this because I did not realize these two panels were overlapping. But I don't regret going. I went to this one. I went to this Super Sentai panel, which I don't regret because it was actually, the guy hosting it was really fucking, I don't know, how many people in chat know about Die Ranger? How many people in chat have heard of Die Ranger? I wonder. What are we looking at in the chat in terms of Die Ranger knowledge? I feel like it's probably minimal. I'm gonna pull up the video. I'm gonna pull up that sick shit they do. Hang on. One guy in chat into weeb. See you well. This one's for the VOD gang then. Here we go. You're too high up. Go down here. Yes, I'm doing an entirely separate window capture. Don't worry about it. And also, don't look at my YouTube account. Just like, hang on. Can I get audio for this? Can I get audio for this? Hang on, here we go. Okay, so the guy hosting the panel for this, got up there and did every single one of those poses you just saw. Every single one of those poses you just saw, he did. Every single one in a row alongside, like, a video like that. It was just a moment. This panel was so fun. This was like, there's no better way to put it. This was just a really fun panel where the guy, he threw signs live in front of everyone. It was awesome. This was literally just like 90% of this was just him like shooting the shit, playing clips from Toku shows. It was really fun. He talked about like, you know, inspirations different shows took, you know, crossover between like voice actors and actors and the path from both. And it was just good. It was just really good. Like, very fun. I got a couple new shows to watch out of it that he mentioned that I think I'm going to check out during my break. But then after that was something I wasn't really... This was something I kind of just went to because it was happening. I was like, oh, it's a main stage event. I'll go to it. This was live wrestling. This was, like, cosplay-themed wrestling. Like, a bunch of people cosplaying different characters got in. They set up an actual honest-to-God wrestling ring in the middle of the ballroom, and they fucking threw down in the middle of it for, like, 2 hours. And this was, like, the best thing I saw the entire weekend. This was so much better. There was one woman wrestling, but she didn't have like, she was only in 2 fights, I think. She was in like a free-for-all and then a 2-on-1 or a 3-on. Then another. It was weird. It was a 2-on-1-on-1. It was a 2-on-1-on-1 because it was her, a guy cosplaying Luffy from One Piece, and 2 guys cosplaying Shaggy and Scooby from like Scooby-Doo. And it was extremely entertaining because, you know, yeah, they were all people in cosplay, but they were also obviously all, like, trained pro wrestlers. So they were just slamming the shit out of each other. And it was extremely fun to watch. I've never seen pro wrestling before. Or I've seen clips of it, but I've never seen it live. So getting to see it live was this extremely fun, it was just fun. It was just so fun. It's things like this are so much fun to see live. You know, when you're in a crowd and you're screaming with the crowd and getting that into, like, I feel like the crowd interaction is half of it, honestly. Like, you know, wrestling isn't something you're supposed to watch alone, right? You're not supposed to watch it like alone at your desk on a computer screen. You're supposed to either watch it live or you're supposed to have a bunch of people over to watch it with you. Yeah, the crowd pops went crazy. It was so good. Oh my god. I loved this. This was like, this was one of the only times me and my friend were at the same panel. My friend was at this con too, but they were seeing other panels. Like, we basically only crossed paths for this, right? We crossed paths for this. We saw each other at this panel, and then I think that was it. That was all we saw of each other over the weekend. And then after this, I actually had a bunch of other panels I wanted to go to that were supposed to go here that went until like 1 a.m. But I didn't go to them because I went after this. I was like, okay, I'm gonna go home and eat dinner, right? Because I had bought an all-day bus pass, and I was like, I want to use my bus pass. Let me go home and eat dinner. Went home, had dinner. I was like, okay, now I've still got like 2 hours till my next panel. Let me take a 1 hour nap. Let me take a nap in my bed. Let me take a nap before this panel so I've got energy for it. I woke up at 1 a.m. I had missed every single panel I planned for the night, and I was so fucking mad at myself. I know it's predictable, but it's like I was genuinely so upset that I missed basically half of the day for no reason. Like, I feel like this is also, this was the moment where I, like, sat in bed after this, just, like, completely fucking miserable. Like, wow. I think I'm gonna kill myself. Like, it was just such this miserable moment where it was like, it was so upsetting that happened that I was, like, genuinely sitting there like, why do I even bother going to events? Why do I bother doing any of this? And it was upsetting. It's upsetting, and it like I said, this was not a good, like, I've talked about the panels I enjoyed, but this was not a good con for me. Going to this con made me kind of miserable, and coming back, you know, like, I thought, especially after the wrestling match, right? This was so much fun for me that I kind of came home, like, from this thinking like, wow, awesome. I have, you know, this was so worth it. The burnout's cured. I've got all this energy. And I missed the panels and was like, oh no, it wasn't. I don't feel better. That's why I'm going on hiatus, Baki. I'm going on hiatus so when I kill myself, it's not on stream. But yeah, no, just absolutely miserable about it. No better way to put it, frankly. And yeah, that was like, this was like 1 a.m. me lying in bed staring at my ceiling was the moment where I decided, like, okay, I need to take some time. I need to find outlets for myself that aren't streaming. I need to, like, do it live. I'll be sure to. But yeah, last day was Sunday. Like I said, there was one more idol show. It was fun. I remembered my pen lights this time. This actually had a really fun moment for me, because as I was sitting there, like, waving my pen lights in the air, someone tapped on my shoulder and was like, hey, where'd you get those pen lights? We're trying to cheer. And, like, I had 2 of them, so I was like, you know what? Borrow one of mine. Buddy, I got to have, like, the best moment ever at this concert. It was like, oh, you don't have a pen light? Here, borrow mine. Go nuts. It's like, that was like my Superman moment. That was like that was the moment where it's like, damn, I fucking did that shit. Yeah. Hell yeah. I just saved that guy. Let's fucking get, like, that was what I was hoping I could have happen to me on Friday, missing, you know, forgetting my light sticks at home. I did do it. It was awesome. I loved it. Oh. I did. I saved humanity by letting one guy borrow my shitty Amazon light stick. And then this was the last panel I went to. I did go to one panel after this, but I didn't stay for the whole thing because it was kind of boring, and I was like, I just want to go home. You know, after this panel, it was like okay, I'm miserable at this. I'm just gonna go home. But yeah, this panel was interesting in good ways and bad ways. In the good way, this guy was, like, showing off a lot of really cool, like, sort of lesser known Japanese bands, and it was cool and fun to get to just, like, get a bunch of music recommendations. I love music. I love listening to it. I got a bunch of recommendations. I found out there's going to be someone touring in the area soon. That was cool. I enjoyed this a lot. The part of it that was bad is that the host, the guy running the panel, this guy very fucking obviously had COVID. Like, it was extremely obvious that this man had caught COVID and was sick as he was giving the panel. It's like, he talked about, like, oh yeah, I went to I went to this big event on Wednesday, and then I woke up on Friday feeling really sick. And I didn't really, I felt like I had a fever or something. I felt so bad, but I feel better now, so I guess I'm not sick, huh? And then he spent the entire panel coughing. He spent the entire panel coughing into his arm. And then we're going to talk about this band next. It's just, maybe it was just the flu. Whatever, he had something. And it was like, you shouldn't fucking be here. And if you are going to be here, you should be wearing a mask. And he wasn't. He was just free-facing that. And it made me very glad that I was wearing a mask, that I did bring, like, my big old N95 to the con. And I saw him at the next panel after that. Yeah, a walking biohazard, actually. Then the panel I went to after this, he was at that one too. Also just coughing up a storm. And I think he realized, like, during that panel, like, oh, I'm sick. I shouldn't be here, because he left halfway through. Like, a little before I left, he left. It was just like, okay, yeah, so he figured out that he was sick and shouldn't be here. Cool. Good. Nice. But then, yeah. After this, I went to the artist alley, grabbed that little poster I showed off at the start, and yeah, that was my panel. As you can hear, I don't have nearly as many stories from this one. Oh, there was actually, I totally forgot actually, on Saturday, right after the wrestling, there was a little, like, meetup for VTuber fans. So I went to that. And that was cool. Also very depressing because I clammed up completely and could not talk to anyone. Again, reason to be trying to go out and touch grass. But yeah, all in all, this con was terrible. I feel like I wasted $80 going to it. I did not have a good time. I'll say there were a few highlights, but for the most part, it was just not something I enjoyed at all. I didn't have fun. I left miserable. I think I left in, like, a worse mental state than I arrived in. And yeah. What am I doing? Look at this thing I'm drawing. What is this? What is this thing? This is like a man? Yeah, this is totally a man. Oh, it's a man with, like... Okay. Okay, hang on. Hang on. He's got jorts on. Giving him jorts. Got jorts. Oh yeah. Yeah. He's got jorts. Oh fuck. He's got jorts on. Holy shit. Let's go. Give him a crew neck. Give him like a V-neck. Give him a little V-neck shirt. Yeah. Then erase this. Just get rid of that. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, hang on. V-neck means he should have, like, cut off. Yeah. Okay. He looks like he'd play soccer. He kind of looks like he'd play soccer. I should give him a little hair. A little like a little tuft like babies have. Yeah, like that. Looks like a Sesame Street OnlyFans guy. What does that fucking mean? Yeah, no, this shit got me pretty down. Shit got me. I mean, at least it convinced me to finally go on hiatus, take a break, That's nice. God, what is this? He looks like he'd be playing. He looks like he should have a soccer ball. That he's, like, kicking around, like, oh. He looks like he looks European. I think Italian. I think he looks at Is that racist to say this guy looks Italian to me? I don't know. I feel like I think that is racist. Shit, sorry. No, I'm not racist, I promise. The elite Beelzebub team. Oh god. What am I talking about? Yeah, no, That's it though. This is a short stream. This was just a stream. This was basically an announcement stream more than anything. Announce I'm going on hiatus. This con, like I said, it was not a con where I did a lot at. I left kind of in a bad mood. I don't think I'd go to this con again, honestly, unless I knew I could go with like a group of people. A New Yorker, if it works out. I don't think you've ever seen a New Yorker. New Yorkers don't look like this. New Yorkers do not look like this. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I've lived there. They don't look like this. They look like... Hang on. A New Yorker kind of looks like this. Like a... hang on, no, this is like the nose. And then there's a little mouth down here. And they're like... They've got a tiny little body. This is a New Yorker. This is what a New Yorker looks like. Yeah, and they don't have the baby hair. They've got like a comb over. Like they've got a little comb over here, and it looks really bad. It's like got too much gel in it. Here, yeah, this is a New Yorker. This is what a New Yorker. This is what the average New Yorker looks like. This guy's from Flushing. Maybe perhaps he's from Hempstead. That's how I look. You can see how I look. I'm on the screen. Look. This is how I look. Right here. This is how I look. What are you talking about? This is how I look. Hello? It's Zett. Zett. Look, with 2 T's. You spell it with 2 T's. Wow. Zett. Please. Yeah, here we go. Alright. These guys... I feel like these guys would be in a BL together. I feel like they do yaoi shit together, you know? You feel me? You get me? You're the new Kamen Rider. Hi, Ryan. Yeah, we were... ruined it at the end. Shut up. I'm allowed to do yaoi. I'm gonna write yaoi over my break. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna write yaoi. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be cool. I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna regret not writing more. And can I do like a... That's not exactly good looking, but whatever. Look, it's me, it's Zett. Wow, hi. Waving my hand. Hi. Hi, hello, hi. Hi, hi. Hi. Waves at you, 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 waves at you. Right straight yaoi. Oh. That could be interesting. Who would have straight yaoi? Who is straight yaoi? I don't know. Reverse yaoi. Like they just hate each other? That's for soccer dude in New York. Look, it's... Oh, look, it's Zett. Zett, look. It's got the coat on and everything. Wow. Got the Zett coat. Okay, what are we doing here? I'm stalling. I'm stalling because I don't want to end stream and I don't know. Look at this giant fucking page I made. Wah! Packet of gum fell. Packet of gum fell off my side table. I thought it was a rat, so I screamed to try to scare it, but it wasn't a rat. It was just gum falling. Well, this was a fun stream chat, but I think it's time for me to go. I'm gonna post a tweet with the announcement of the hiatus, and then, yeah, Wednesday, I don't know what we're gonna stream. It's gonna be a video game. We're gonna play a game. It'll probably be cool and fun. Then Friday, we'll also play a game. Sunday, I might do a karaoke. I don't know. And then on Monday, I have a collab, and then I am gone for the foreseeable future. It'll be cool. Yep. So yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go now. Thank you for coming. Thank you for hanging out. I'll see y'all on Wednesday for something. I don't know what yet. I don't know what, and I'm not gonna make a stream reservation ahead of time. We're gonna find out together. You know, we find out together what we're playing. Oh boy, bye.